Hello everyone, welcome. My name is Sydney and this is Sharing Calm. This will probably be my first video that I share with you all in the hopes of many, many more. I am still learning a lot and I hope to learn more every day. I am new to this teacher position, I suppose, whatever that means really, but I have been a student of yoga for quite a while now, and I have been feeling the urge to branch out and take a teacher training, which I finally did. And I've been hesitant to really take and post my first video, but today I was really feeling something in me saying to share. So I just have a very short and sweet simple practice that anybody could do anywhere. And it's just to connect me with you and to connect myself into the moment and into this teaching space, and to kind of connect us all together, help connect you to the ground. I really hope that my dog chewing on the toy she's chewing on isn't distracting. But if it is, it's just another opportunity to practice presence in the moment and not identifying the noise as bad or good, but it's just there, it's just a noise. And you might have some noise wherever you may be. There might be family members running around, there might be cars, there might be lawn mowers, there might be rain, it could be anything. And it's all an opportunity for you to find gratitude that you're even here to be able to experience those noises. And even if you feel yourself getting irritated at them, just the gratitude that you even have the opportunity to experience those kinds of emotions. So that's not really where I was planning on going with this intro or opening, but I feel as though I am trying to let go of the planning and the perfection in this process, while I do hope to flesh out some beneficial sequences and meditations and flows for you all. It's not all about perfection, which is something that I have been learning to let go of, is perfectionism. Anyone who knows me knows that with every project, school project, life project, I've always kind of strived for the best, and I'm really letting that go here because I am not the master of yoga. I have only been, for the whole history of yoga, I've only been practicing it for not even like a millisecond. If you look at this whole span of yoga's history and yoga's roots, I am but a mere speckle. And what I think is so cool is that we can kind of all be just mere speckles in yoga's history, and I'm just really hoping to be able to share what I've been able to learn from the practice with as many people as possible, and that what I've been able to learn and embody through yoga practices, I hope that the people that I share them with are able to find the beauty as well. And there's so much more for me to learn, and there's so much more for everybody to learn, but it's all about just really bringing ourselves into the moment while everyone else around us also works towards bringing themselves into the present moment, realizing that in this moment we're all in it together. We're all one family, one being, one flesh and soul on this earth that we are living on, and just trying to do our best to be our best for ourselves and all the other people in humanity, and to be the best humanity we can be for this beautiful earth that we're on. But let's get into just a little practice here today. That's just a little bit of my meaning, my purpose through this whole thing, through this whole sharing of what I know, is really just to help push you to want to know more and push you to want to discover more about yourself and how we can all be our best selves. And I am so not my best self, and I am so not perfect, but me sharing my process of, how I'm trying to embody yoga, which just means union, the uniting of, it's typically thought of as like the uniting of your like body, mind, and spirit, but it could be the uniting of people to other people, the uniting of yourself to the earth, but it's just to unite, and it's not about doing a handstand, and it's about trying to think. I'm not trying to be like overreaching, but I'm just trying to give some perspective to why I'm here for you. Yeah, because I am here for you when I'm teaching. It's not about me. It's about your introspection. It's not about you trying to look like me or look like someone else or look like a picture perfect pose, because yoga is not just poses. There's a lot of ethics to yoga as well. There's a lot of philosophy, and I'm hoping to get touch into those things as I learn them too. And it's a lot about mindfulness. For me, that's really been the most life-changing, to calm the fluctuations of the mind and the heart and just settle it. So we don't want to be like a crazy stormy ocean. We just want to settle in and just kind of be a calm river that flows. Yeah. So go ahead, if you're not already in some sort of comfortable seat, and you can be sitting on your couch, you can be sitting on a patio chair in your backyard, you can be sitting on the floor, in any which way. I'm sitting on a little block to make myself feel a little bit more comfortable. You can sit on a pillow. You can lay down and not even do any of the poses or asanas that I do, but just work through the breath. And wherever you are, go ahead and close your eyes and just rest your hands wherever they fall comfortably. And bring your awareness to your breath in this moment. Don't try to change the breath or alter it. As you breathe in, just breathing in awareness that you are breathing in. And as you breathe out, breathing out awareness that you are breathing out. Feeling the temperature of the breath on your nostrils as it passes. And once again, just as you breathing in the awareness that I am breathing in. And as you breathing out the awareness that you are breathing out. And we're going to work through a practice here at the beginning that is called Durga Pranayama in Sanskrit, which is just a 3-part breath. And it's the breath that you are already doing, but it helps you to breathe deeper and bring more awareness into each part of the breath. So as your eyes are closed right now, go ahead and take your hands and place them right over your belly button. And on your next breath in, try to breathe deep into the very lowest parts of your stomach, really filling your belly up like a balloon. And then breathing it out, emptying your belly completely, thinking about bringing your belly button towards your spine, And then breathing in again, breathing into your belly first. Filling it up completely forward and wide. And breathing out, emptying your belly of air. And breathing through your nose, try to. A slow, steady breath. So keep that going for a few breaths at your own pace, just filling up the belly completely, emptying the belly completely. And keeping with that awareness that I mentioned at the beginning, that when I am breathing in, I am breathing in. Oh. And when I am breathing out, I am breathing out. And paying attention to the breath is really the one thing that can bring you into this exact moment that you are in more than anything. And I think as you start to do practices like this more, you'll notice throughout the day, you'll be like, I stopped thinking about my breath there for a minute. I wasn't present. Usually when you're thinking about something else or you're in a moment of worry, usually you've come away from the breath. And sometimes that's when your breath starts to feel altered. And obviously you have to think about other things than just your breath at all times. But taking the initiative to come back to your breath throughout the day is going to help you to live with more presence through all of life's other moments. All the smiles and all the laughs, all the crying, everything you'll be more fully immersed in. Now that we've really filled up our belly, we've deepened that breath, we're going to bring it to the second part of the breath. So leaving one of your hands on your belly button where it is. Take your other hand and bring it to the side of your ribs, like your lower ribs. And on your next breath in, you'll breathe into the belly fully like you have been. And then as soon as the belly is completely filled up, breathe in a little bit more, expanding your ribs out and forward. And feeling your ribs expanding against your hand. And then as you breathe out of your ribs first and your belly last. So breathing into the ribs is the second part of this breath practice, Durga Pranayama. So just when you thought you couldn't fill your body with more air, you're going to bring that air into more parts of your body. So as you feel the breath expanding into the ribs, is usually when I start to feel it expanding down my legs, because it's like my whole body is starting to experience the breath. Breathing into the stomach, into the ribs, out of the ribs, out of the stomach. As I am breathing in, I am breathing in. As I am breathing out, I am breathing out. It's the simplest thing that you can do. Now take the hand that you have on your ribs. Keep that memory there of the ribs expanding, but take that hand to the center of your chest, even a little bit high on your chest so that your fingertips are slightly touching your collarbones. So now, after you have that breath fully in your belly and your ribs expanded wide, and you feel like there's no more room for air, just sip in a little bit more. The breath pushing your chest against your hand, your collarbones lifting, and then breathing out, your chest compressing down and back, ribs coming in towards each other, and your belly button towards your spine. So those are the three parts: your belly, your ribs, and your chest. And work through those three parts at your own pace, deepening each inhale, taking your time. You don't need to suck all the air in fast. And then deepening your exhale, exhaling the awareness that I am breathing out. Inhaling, I am breathing in. You can go ahead and drop your hands back down to your knees or your lap or your sides. If you're sitting on the ground, maybe dropping your fingertips to the ground beside you. And as you breathe in, breathing in that grounding, breathing in the earth, breathing in the gratitude for the support that you have from the earth as you sit here. That we're not floating around in some unknown abyss. But there is so much unknown floating around inside us. And really thanking yourself for taking the time right now, and maybe some time prior to this, and maybe continuing to take the time to just discover those unknown parts of you and sit in them and ponder them and say, what can I find here? What can I discover? And as you express that gratitude to the earth, know that you're also thanking yourself because you have taken this time for yourself. I'm still breathing deep in that 3-part breath. Now I'm going to guide us just through some basic poses that you can do sitting. However, you can sit in a chair, on the ground, on the couch, on a porch swing. You can sit anywhere. It's mostly going to be upper body because I really want you to stay grounded in your lower body and supported. For this first practice together, I want you to feel supported by not only me, but by the ground below you. And breathing through this 3-part breath while seated really helps to root you down. So like a tree, your bottom half, that's going to be like your tree trunk and your roots just deep down in the earth. So grounded and balanced. And our upper body is just going to be those smaller limbs and leaves that just kind of like flow and sway in the wind, and maybe a thunderstorm comes through and some of our leaves fall back down to the earth, break down, but then get sucked up. The nutrients from those dying leaves get sucked up through our roots again, just to like rebirth some of the old into something new. And so you can go ahead and keep your eyes closed through these next poses, but if my words don't make sense, you can feel free to open your eyes and look at the screen to follow along as well. So go ahead, and first we're going to start by dropping our right ears to our right shoulder. You don't have to crank it over, just drop it over. Feel the stretch in the left side of the neck. Keep the shoulders even, don't tip over to the right. It's just your neck. Don't crunch that left shoulder up. If you're feeling like you need to crunch the left shoulder up, then maybe you don't tilt your head as far. You can take a few breaths here. If you want to explore a different sensation, you can take your left arm behind your back, elbow bent, left hand, if it reaches. If not, that's okay. Left hand grabbing the inside of your right elbow. And that way you're really feeling the stretch down the neck, and it helps to keep the shoulder down. And you're feeling that arm help to stretch the neck just a little bit deeper. On your next breath in, bringing the neck back to center, unhooking the arm if you have it hooked. Take a breath out and center here. Breathing in, sitting tall. If you feel like you're leaning forward at all, make sure to straighten that spine. Go ahead, everybody, lift your shoulders up and back so that your chest is lifting out and forward. And then breathe out, dropping your left ear to your left shoulder. If you feel like your breath is constricted, like you're not able to breathe into that 3-part breath as fully and deeply, then back out of this a little bit. Like I said, you don't have to be like crunching over completely. It can be subtle. It's just a nice, simple practice for us to start our journey together. And I'm also truly hoping that my dog chewing on her toy isn't so distracting, but hopefully you'll forgive me. Otherwise, she'd be barking at the door if I closed it and locked her out. Same thing on this side. If you want to explore a different sensation, you can take your right arm, bend it behind your back, and then if you can reach the inside of your left elbow, you can go ahead and do that as well. But once again, trying to keep your shoulders even and on the same plane. As you're breathing, still breathing into the 3 parts of the breath, then you'll realize here when you breathe into the chest, you can breathe into the areas of the neck where you're feeling the most sensation. And then as you breathe out, when you breathe out of the chest first, just breathe out any pain that you're feeling or any pressure. As you breathe out, just settle in, dropping your shoulders. Breathing in, bringing your neck back to center, unhooking your arm on your breath out. On your next breath in, reaching your arms out and up above your head. They don't have to come to touch. Just go ahead and keep your arms wide here. Keep your shoulders open. And just sit tall, keeping your spine straight by not like tilting your body forward. And let me see if I can kind of show you what I mean from the side. So you don't want to be like, hips out, butt out, but bring the pelvis in so that way your spine is just stacked in one line on top of each other. And then when I'm telling you bring shoulders up and back, it's just so that they're not curled over. When they're up and back, you're able to get much more range of motion out of your shoulders. And everyone's shoulders are different. And you know your body better than I do. And that goes for just like literally every pose that I try to guide you into, especially during these times of video yoga. You know your body better than me. So the important thing here is for you to find your unique explorations in a safe way. And if you've experienced any discomfort with your shoulders, then don't go deeper. So if your arms just get lifted horizontal here, that's perfect. We're really just trying to keep our shoulders and our chest open here. So wherever your arms are, take a few more breaths here. And breathe out, bringing your hands together, whether from wide or maybe you just kept your hands down, but go ahead, breathe in, your hands together to the center of your chest, which is really a way to express just uniting in this moment. Uniting one side of the body with the other, uniting me with you, uniting the sun and the moon and the earth and the sky, and it's just that connection. And just take a few breaths here. I just want to recognize that my intention in teaching yoga is to help people find the calm within them. So to help settle the fluctuations, settle the teeter-tottering, making that seesaw go a little less up and down each time, just leveling out. And I really mean that, like mentally, physically, spiritually, because I have been a teeter-totter in a hurricane. I've been there. And I go there sometimes today. And through this practice, I'm able to find balance and find my calm. And I never feel better than when I find those little moments of peace. And when those little moments of peace become bigger moments is when I really am able to find the most beauty in life. And I hope to help others find that as well. And thank you for letting me share my intention with you. Go ahead and take a deep breath in here. I'm going to give you a few moments to take a few breaths at your own pace with your hands at your heart. Go ahead and listen to what your intention might be with this practice. Listen with your heart. Your intention can change every day. That's perfectly all right. The important thing is that your intention is yours. It doesn't have to be the same as mine. Doesn't have to be the same as your brother, your sister, your mother, your friend, or the girl on the cover of the yoga magazine. Your intention is yours. So if you found an intention for yourself today, maybe today it was just to, chill out for a few moments on a Sunday evening, if you're where I am in the world. Maybe it's to just find some serenity before the work week begins, or if you are like a restaurant worker or retail worker, maybe finding some serenity during the end of your busy work week. Whatever it may be. Just recognizing it. On your next breath in, lifting your arms up or out. And then on a breath out, dropping your hands back to your lap. Breathing in. On your next breath out, take your right hand and bring it behind your back. And stay up on your fingertips, or if you're sitting on a chair, maybe you've got a chair back right here, and that's cool. Or maybe you just bring your right hand to your right hip. That is so good too. So that's your breath out. Maybe you've taken another breath in here because I talked a little bit longer than your breath. And then go ahead and take another breath out. And then breathe in, lifting your left arm up. And then dropping your left hand to your right knee or your right thigh. If your right hand ended up on your right hip, when you cross your left hand over, you can just place it on top of your right hand and just gaze to the right. We're not going to take it too far by straining ourselves today. You don't need to look completely behind you, but this is just about twisting our core for a moment. Getting a new perspective. We've been facing forward this whole time, but check out your full surroundings. But maybe your eyes are closed and maybe it's just the surroundings in your imagination. Maybe you're laying down, like I said at the beginning, and just imagine you're moving through this with us all. On your next breath in, breathing in and turning your neck back to the front, breathing out, untwisting your spine. Take a breath in here at the center, breathing out fully. Breathing in before we move to the other side. Then breathe out, taking your left fingertips behind you or to your left thigh. I kind of liked that on the other side. And then breathe in, lifting your right arm up and dropping your right hand to your left hip or on top of your left hand, and just gazing to the left and trying to keep your shoulders level here. I just kind of realized mine were off kilter, so just try to turn your spine and don't try to like torque or mess with any of your other joints. Yet another perspective, another direction. Sorry if you just heard that noise my stomach made. That was funny. It's just a body. You've got a body too. We've all got bodies. They make noises. On your next breath in, turning your neck back to the front, then breathing out to untwist your spine. Now we're going to work through just a little flow here, just for a couple breaths. I'll guide you through it twice and then I'll let you work through it 2 or 3 times on your own. All right, breathing in, palms up, lifting your arms parallel with the ground. Breathing out, bringing your hands to the center of your chest. Breathing in, dropping your chin to your chest, bringing your hands behind your neck. Take a breath out here, staying. Breathing in, lifting your arms up above your head. They might have to split apart here. Breathing out, dropping your hands down at your sides. And that's it. So we'll breathe in, bringing our hands, palms up, parallel with the ground. Breathing out, bringing our hands together at the center of our chest. Breathing in, dropping our chin to our chest, bringing our palms together behind our neck, like a little shark fin back here. Breathing out here, staying still. Breathing in, arms up above our head. Breathing out, bringing them apart and dropping them down. Breath in, arms parallel with the ground. Breathing out, arms together at your chest. Breathing in, dropping your head. Breath out, stay here. Breathing in, lifting your arms high to the sky. Breathing out, dropping your hands down to the ground. Work through this a couple times at your own pace with your own breath, because it definitely might be different than mine. Moving through each breath, each inhale and each exhale slowly. As you breathe in, still working through those 3 parts of the breath. As you breathe out, breathing out first from your chest, then your ribs, then your belly. Breathing in, feeling your belly, your ribs, then your chest. The next time your hands come to your sides or to the ground, leave them there. I'll wait a few moments just to make sure everyone gets here. Go ahead and bring your hands on top of your chest, just grasping your heart, feeling the beating of your heart. Maybe it's sped up a little bit there in that flow at the end, that sequence. Thinking about that intention that you might have found earlier. Feeling gratitude for taking this time. Connecting your palms at the center of your chest. Knowing that my palms are also connected, and that kind of connects us together in this moment. And I'm so thankful for you, for being here. Take a breath out. On your next breath in, blinking your eyes open if they're not already. And wherever you are, whatever time of the day it is, I hope that you're able to move from this moment into the next with a little bit more peace, more calm. And once again, thank you so much for being here, especially so cool if you're watching this video at the very start of my journey teaching with you. It's so exciting, and I'm so excited to continue to learn and to help others learn as well. And yeah, it's just pretty cool, and it's going to be a beautiful, majestic, magical journey that we're on together. Awesome. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I look forward to sharing more.